My first role model. Of course my parents, but I think SpongeBob.
Caleb McLaughlin just called out fans for racially discriminating against him, and everyone's favorite Netflix successor hasn't been very quiet about it either. I'm your host Michaela, let's jump right in. Caleb Reginald McLaughlin gained recognition through his role in Netflix's Stranger Things as Lucas Sinclair from 2016 to now. The show is in the works of its 5th season at the time. Outside of his ST fame, Caleb also famously portrayed Ricky Bell in the New Edition story miniseries. Caleb first launched to stardom through his career on Broadway as the young Simba in the Lion King musical, followed by a handful of more minor roles in movies and TV shows. Caleb was born in Carmel, New York on October 13, 2001. His parents are April and Corey McLaughlin. Caleb's parents have 3 other children, who are Caleb's 2 sisters, Caitlin and Crystal, and his brother Corey Jr. Caleb attended his studies at Kent Primary School, later enrolling at George Fisher Middle School. Once he successfully completed his 5th grade, Caleb relocated to New York City. He then attended the school Happy Feet Dance for a year, later studying the subject at the Harlem School of the Arts. While there, Caleb was a trainee under Aubrey Lynch. Caleb started his career in theater due to his major role in the Lion King's Broadway musical. His performance in the play as the young Simba earned him a fair amount of public recognition. Since this turning point, Caleb has acted in several films and television shows, as well as being a part of a handful of music videos. As a formally trained dancer, Caleb enjoys the sport and likes entertaining his fans through impromptu dance performances. The actor also actively keeps up with his social media, with his 15.4 million followers on Instagram. The actor first made an appearance in a short film called Noah Dreams of Origami Fortunes in 2012. That same year, Caleb was portraying young Simba in the Lion King musical. The play was staged from 2010 to 2014 at the Minskoff Theater. Caleb was also popping up in featured episodes of Law & Order Special Victims Unit, Forever, and Unforgettable during this time. After this, Caleb was highlighted under his name in a What Would You Do episode. 2016 was the year Caleb got cast as Lucas in Stranger Things. However, this didn't stop him from snagging other small TV roles as well, starring in Blue Bloods and Shades of Blue. In 2017, Caleb portrayed Ricky Bell in the New Edition story and did 2 music videos. He later voiced young Gary in a Final Space episode. Caleb's film debut arrived in 2020 when he played a role in Concrete Cowboy. Caleb won the 2017 BET Young Stars Award, and the next year was honored with the NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Performance by a Youth. Caleb has vocally expressed his passion for positivity, self-esteem, and body image, and has championed the mentioned causes on social media through the hashtags #BeYourBiggestFan and #EmbraceYourFace. Caleb was included in the list of honorees in Forbes 30 Under 30 class of 2020 in the Hollywood and Entertainment division in December of that year. If you're enjoying today's WATN, help our channel out by commenting your favorite thing about Caleb. Now let's discuss Caleb calling out fans' discrimination and how it relates to what we currently know. On the topic, Caleb discussed the issue in a deep conversation at Heroes Comic Con Belgium. Quote, "You feel the bigotry. Sometimes it's hard to talk about and for people to understand, but when I was younger it definitely affected me a lot." The actor thought it would be best to directly address the racial backlash he received as a child star, while the first season of the heavily popular Netflix series first went viral. His role as Lucas is accompanied by other character actors Finn Wolfhard, who plays Mike Wheeler, Noah Schnapp, who acts as Will Byers, Gaten Matarazzo, who plays Dustin Henderson, and actresses Millie Bobby Brown and Sadie Sink, who fill in the main cast as Eleven and Max Mayfield respectively. The ensemble has acted together from the very start of the first season. As the successor's 5th season approaches viewers, Caleb took the time to reflect on how different his career had taken off in comparison to his co-stars, saying, "Why am I the least favorite, have the least amount of followers? I'm on the same show as everybody from season 1. Caleb further opened up about his worries about being viewed on a different spectrum than his working peers, which definitely took a toll on him as a younger kid. He detailed this by stating, "My very first Comic-Con, some people didn't stand in my line because I was black. Some people told me, oh, I didn't want to be in your line because you were mean to 11. Even now, some people don't follow me or don't support me because I'm black. My parents had to be like, it's a sad truth, but it's because you're the black child on the show. Because I was born with this beautiful chocolate skin, I'm not loved. But that's why with my platform, I want to spread positivity and love because I do not give hate back to the people who give hate to me." This wouldn't be the only time that Caleb addressed this topic either. He also previously discussed fans' reactions regarding the race-based trauma Lucas endured over the course of the show with IndieWire. Quote, "I was reading comments recently and I remember people's theories on part 2 of episode 9. People were like, what trauma has Luke gone through? And I was looking through everything like, well, his girlfriend's brother didn't like him for being black. Also, he was made fun of for his skin color in season 1. People miss those things." Caleb was only 14 when the show premiered back in 2016, and his comments line up right with other black actors and actresses stepping out to address the unjust backlash they also received from fans due to the color of their skin. Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Powers, Ismael Cruz Cordova, Obi-Wan Kenobi's Moses Ingram, and House of the Dragon Steve Tuciante are just a few of many. Caleb's co-star Millie has also previously revealed that she's received some unkind behind gross and inappropriate messages of her own since becoming of legal age. The Duffer Brothers are currently in the works of Stranger Things 5 following its massively successful 4th season's release on Netflix earlier this year. Back in August, the show's casting director Carmen Cuba referred to Caleb as fantastic during a Vanity Fair video interview as she looked back on the series' auditioning and casting process, describing Caleb as, quote, somebody who'd been on Broadway, we knew he had experience, and brought an energy that the other kids fed into. All of them together have a very distinctive energy and personality that creates this friend group, and we saw that immediately from his very first audition. In other news, Caleb has had a few more recently reported things tied to his life with Stranger Things, like who he'd consider playing if he wasn't already Lucas, why he chose to wait 5 years to splurge financially, and why he and the Netflix dystopian show cast chose not to attend this year's Emmy Awards. While he landed his ST role, it took Caleb a while to gain a connection with his character. He took on Lucas and learned all the ins and outs of him, so that by the end of Stranger Things 1's premiere and in line with ST2, Caleb was completely embodying his portrayal. He described being at one with the Hawkins native, and his mother even recalled that he sometimes tends to act like Lucas at home, who he's portrayed as someone with a slightly softer and higher pitch than his own. Over the course of the show's 4 seasons, Lucas goes through quite the character arc. His love for D&D and Ghostbusters transitions into a coming-of-age tale where Lucas attempts to ditch the bullies and join the high school basketball team, all while navigating his romance with Max and holding on to his friendships with Mike, Will, and Dustin. By the end of the season, Lucas realizes he doesn't need the acceptance of the cool kids and starts understanding what's really important to him. Caleb also once discussed during an interview how he would jump at the chance to play David Harbour's character, Chief Jim Hopper, and described his love for David as an actor as his reason why. Now with that in mind, Caleb's ST portrayal has dubbed him as one of today's top young actors, but he is super financially responsible for his age. Despite taking off with the hit viral sensation series, CNBC reported that Lucas never made any big purchases until the 4th season. According to reports, Caleb was earning $250,000 per episode, but didn't touch a large sum of it until after season 3 wrapped. Caleb purchased a Tesla Model X, which is retailed at a starting price of $106,590 according to outlets. Despite Teslas being incredibly expensive, this purchase is still justifiable since it makes sense to own a car after receiving a driver's license as Caleb did. Apparently, his strong financial sense comes from how his parents raised him. Stranger Things also wasn't Caleb's first walk in the park with big financial responsibility, as he was making bread at 10 years old thanks to his young Simba Broadway role. For this, he said, "I was 10 years old making money that an adult would. I bought things that kids wanted, but I never had a big purchase." Caleb has made sure to help spread his funding knowledge to youth through his partnership, sharing a gem of advice for fans everywhere by informing them to separate their accounts per everyday spending versus larger purchases. Quote, "I never just look at my account and be like, oh, I have a lot of money to spend now. I don't really go out there and buy things for myself that I really want. I buy things that I need." As for the Emmys, the award show was missing a major absence through the cast of the dominating Netflix show. The actors Caleb, Sadie, Millie, Natalia Dyer, David Harbour, Winona Ryder, and the remaining of the Hawkins gang chose to skip out on the red carpet and ceremony, even though the show was nominated for 13 awards this year, including the nomination for Outstanding Drama Series. But apparently the cast was snubbed in the acting portion of the awards, and fans aren't sure if this is the reason they skipped out or not, since there was no official reason stated by any of the cast. However, executive producer Sean Levy addressed this issue on the Emmys red carpet, informing E! News that the occurrence was ridiculous and unjust. He further stated, "All our actors did amazing work this season, but this season was really built to a large extent around the 2 female character pillars, 11 and Max. Both Millie and Sadie stepped up and delivered career high performances, and I'm just looking ahead to the upcoming award season and the Guild Awards to properly recognize the exceptional work that these young actresses did." Additionally, the cast is super close and took part in tons of reunions over the summer. Sadie and Maya Hawke surprised Gaten on his Dear Evan Hansen Broadway show opening night. Joseph Quinn and Grace took a stunning selfie together at an August fan event, and Joseph, Jamie Campbell Bower, and Eduardo Franco all linked up during the MTV Movie and TV Awards. Previously, Stranger Things bagged awards for music supervision, sound editing and mixing, stunt coordination, and prosthetic makeup. That's been today's WATN. Thanks for watching, friends!